I'm coming to that. So on August 2017, 2017, we took a one-way ticket to the US and landed on the morning of 2017. And I can remember on the way, when I got to New York City, I was like, this is my new life now. With my bags, we were just 5 suitcases, we sold everything and went to start a new life.
Yo.
To start and scratch. I'm like, if it's scratch, I'm like, I've gone. Let it be said that at least I tried it. That's what I was telling myself. Let it be said that I tried. I took myself. Like I worked, you know. So, and I was like, wow. Of course now, that's when now the realities of a new culture start checking in. Then I called Mr. Kakwilam.
Hold on. So when you arrive, do you like, have you got a house?
No, thankfully we had some family. Yeah. Okay. So just to acclimatize, to get the vibe. Because now we're not visitors.
Yep.
We come to live here. We had a one-way ticket. So you're coming to live here, and so in the meantime, so I'm starting.
And your family near New York?
Yeah, my wife's family is like they're like 1,000. So one of her aunts was able to host us. It's like you can stay for a couple of months as you situate yourself.
Yes.
So and for me, I was like, wow. I'm like, this is a new life. As in, I had no car. I left everything in Kenya, man. I left everything. Everything. As in, when I say everything, I had only 5 suitcases. That's what I had. Those are my possessions. My studio, keyboard, everything. Remember my Ngumo house?
Yes.
Not everything. Like 0. It was a crazy move. We're crazy. You know what I mean? I was surprised at myself. I didn't know that I can make such huge risks. And I'm like, Aaron, you're crazy, eh? Do you realize you don't even have a job that you're going to start on Monday? You're just going to find one. Like, yeah, it has to be done. There's sometimes you get to a point where like, I just have to do it. I don't care. No, you're like, I don't care. I'll do it.
Okay, so you call?
So I get there. And my wife, that's a good woman. Yeah. Because through it all, she was just right there, man. Through the depression, you know, she agreed to come. She's made enormous sacrifices, you know. Then we get there, I call Kakwilam. So it's like, hey, I sent him a message, of course, to introduce myself. So he calls me back.
No way.
He's like, so you're here? Like, yeah, like I made it. He's like, great. So, you know, and he's such a good man. Because, you know, people don't know that he's also a pastor. So he prayed for me. He's like, you know, he was so, I'm like, so as the guy, I'm on the phone, I'm like, this is Kakwilam. Because even he told me how he took his family to France many years ago, but he was looking for something to, like, he's like, you remind me of me, like, we just packed our bags, went to France. And then, of course, there's that song that you do that opens everything, that changes everything. That sax solo for Whitney Houston. I'll always love you.
No.
That's Kakwilam.
And voila, life changed.
Yeah. So, and then, now I started.
So what did he say when you talked to him?
He told me that, you know what, you're going to make it. It's great that you're here. You know, let's keep talking. If you need any advice, call me. Let's do this. Welcome to the United States of America.
So that Kakwilam is not saying anything about it?
Not yet.
Okay.
So, of course, I don't want to broach the subject.
Yeah.
So, now I start getting to New York. That's when I realized, okay, I thought I can play piano. I'm a good pianist. But there are guys who play. My God. There's another whole level kind of skill. The guys who we listen to and stream, now this is a guy you're watching right here. This is a guy who was a Grammy and Emmys right here. They are all here. Booking agents. It's New York, baby. It's the New York, the Big Apple.
So how do you even start?
That's the thing. So that's when you're like, oh, where do I begin? Who do I talk to? Because now, these opportunities, they're like 1,100 people, 100,000 people want this exact same opportunity like you. So now that portends a new problem. So it makes you special more than this guy. That's why they say that, have you heard that thing that New York can chew you out?
Yep.
And New York, it doesn't joke. That I can tell you. New Yorkers don't joke. And then it's fast-paced, the different culture. It's just a lot to take in. There's some people even who don't like New York City. They're like, I'm never going back there. Because it's just so much. And then everything is at 100, you know. So at the end of the year, I get a message from Krucial. It's like, oh, I'm in New York. I'm playing at the Balloon Jazz Club with a group called what? Foreplay. The guys who I had listened to from Kenya in 1998. So I've got tickets for you. You want to come? I'm like, of course. Go there. The show is killing. So I'm like, this is Bob James. This is Harun Kimathi. These are guys I used to listen to. So at the end of the gig, he'd like come backstage. He introduces me to all these icons, man.
No way.
And he's like, this guy is such a great pianist. Then he says, I'm going to do some stuff with him.
No way.
I'm like, this guy is legit. This is 2 years later. So he was just not giving me artist talk. So, after that gig, it's 2018 now, 2 years ago. He sends me a message like, okay, I'm planning on my new album. Can you send me some music that you listen to? Like you would like to work? How do we go about it? So I'm like, okay. He said there's two ways. We can either arrange some time, because he lives in Memphis. You come to Memphis. I'm like, this Krucial, I'm talking to me like this, man. So like come to Memphis, then we write some music, or you can send me some music. Like, let's look. So like, but the logistics. Anyway, can you send me one of your tunes? I listen to it. I was like, okay, very nice. So I sent him Kwetu, the title from the Kwetu album. I sent him, I think, three tunes. So he writes like, I really like this Kwetu. And then he tells me, I've been booked to play at the Safaricom Festival with BWB.
No way.
In 2018, February.
No way.
And the last time I was there, I really liked the ghetto classics. And I would really like to record them. So...
No way. Oh, I'm seeing this thing.
I see where he's going.
Yes,
I see where he's going.
I can't believe this.
Is it possible? Are you able to come to Kenya in February? We go and record this tune, your tune. So like, I like it. I'm going to record it. So can you come to Kenya?
No way.
We record the ghetto classics. Since it's your tune, it'd be good, of course, for you to come to Kenya. So that's when now you see the workings of the music industry. Now you're starting, hey, producer is calling me, Nini, ticket. I'm in Kenya. That's why I came in 2018.
Hold on. Now, this is insane. You're coming for the Safaricom Jazz. But this time you're coming with the international artist who you gave them on the list in the first place. And you're coming to record your song with the Ghetto Classics, which is going to be on his album.
Yes.
I can't understand the words that I just said.
So, let me put it this way. Remember I was invited as a press guy to watch him?
Yeah.
Now I'm coming back 2.5 years as his guest, as his producer and writer for the festival that were acting a bit strange. So, I can remember it was so interesting. In fact, I was feeling like I know how you guys, I know how you guys are like, what? Because things are just completely changed. Completely. In fact, some of the guys didn't know what to do with me. Because now I'm in his entourage. Yeah, yes. I'm his entourage.
This story is insane.
Being picked up to Intercontinental. In fact, when I told him, don't put me in the hotel because my family lives here. Let me go and hang out with my family. But whatever you need, I'll be there. I could have chosen and
To
stayed,
just-
yeah. But like my famo is here, and like that's an opportunity to see my folks and tell them how the States has been going on. It's been like 8 months since we left, or 6 months.
So even how encouraging was that for your folks?
Yeah.
That our son who has
In
gone.
fact, it happened so fast. I told them, hey, I'm coming to Kenya next week. They're like, my dad was like, what do you mean? I'm like, the next time we're seeing is like a year and a half, like later in 2018, like December. So like, so I'm telling you, like, I'm coming next week. I'm coming with Kakwelam. We're coming to record one of my songs.
Listen to it. Doesn't it still sound weird? Like,
Yeah, even it sounds weird. For his album. God is good, man. That's just a God
that's
moment.
just
Man.
God. What?
Yeah.
And let me also say, he's paying you for having your song.
That's when all the royalties start showing up.
Yeah.
For me, at that point, I was like, the man will come. For me, it's Kakwelem is using my tunes. This song, I think he submitted it for the Grammys. What if it becomes his album wins a Grammy? This the nominations are next in the next. What if?
And may God
What
make
if?
it so.
Eh?
That's
What
just
if?
insane.
You know?
But also now
So
you
you-
have a relationship. You
Yeah.
get what I mean?
And then other things are starting to happen, and the dots are starting to fit. I get my first booking to play at my first show. Guess which club books me for my first maiden show in the United States, in Manhattan, on 3rd Avenue, 53rd Street, or 52nd, yeah.
You know, we definitely would know that, me.
Mr. It's called Club Bonafide. Who owns it? Mr. Richard Bonner.
Oh, no way.
Yep. So the first gig I did in New York City was at the club of the gentleman
Who made you come?
who planted the seed.
Did you meet him?
He was touring. You know him as a busy musician.
So you haven't met him since you've been
No, I've met him because now when he came for one of his gigs, of course I showed up. He's like, you're here.
So he remembered you?
Of course. Kabisa.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Did you tell him, do you know you planted this seed in me?
See, I even posted it on one of my Instagram stories. Or on Instagram. Yeah, I posted it. It's like, it's serendipity.
What?
I'm like, this guy is the one who told me, who put that seed. And the first gig I'm playing is in his club.
And let me just say this, the visa you applied for is a bit crazy. You didn't go with a visitor's visa.
I went there as a permanent resident.
No, but even as a permanent resident, the level in which you apply.
Oh yeah, I found out later that it's only 11 people who are given that thing, or 16 at that time, because it's called they call it, people call it like a genius visa. I didn't know. I absolutely had no clue until I met some people in California who tell me, do you know what you have? But it started making sense because I'm like, this visa is what's given to people who are scientists, astrophysicists, like crazy people. I did not know. But then I started putting 2 and 2 together. I was like, no one was treated like that at the airport. You know, I honestly did not know.
Maybe no wonder even it took that long.
Yeah, probably. And now I'm like, oh, they were doing so many checks. I'm like, I did not know. I had absolutely no clue. That's when you realize that sometimes God works things. So you're here, I'm wallowing, I'm here in depression, almost feeling that things are not working, but God is doing you such a hookup and you don't know.
Yeah.
So later I was like, Yani, I had no clue. I had no clue. I thought it's just, I'm just going to be a permanent resident. They've granted me a visa on my abilities. So let's do this. But so, that was happening. Now the New York life starts happening. We move to our own little apartment and life starts happening, the gigs. But then you start realizing that it's not as easy because you need to get, it's like a conveyor belt. New York is, because as I said, there's 100,000 people like you who want that exact same opportunity. Then the South Africa connection happens. You see the owner of the club?
No way. In Joburg?
Yes.
You get this story.
The owner of the club writes a message and they're like, do you know this gentleman called Seton Hawkins? Like, I have never heard of him. Like, oh yeah, he works at the Lincoln Center, at the Jazz at Lincoln Center. And there's a centenary for the Mandela celebrations in 2018. This is 2017 after I've just gotten there. Just hook up, get in touch. So he did a email.
Yeah.
So I wrote to him, so I met him. I met Seton Hawkins, and let's meet in Tao. So I gave him my CD. And so then started my relationship with Jazz at Lincoln Center. That place is managed, the artistic director is Winton Marsalis. So he manages the education department. I'm like, but I'm working for this institution. So started doing these performances in universities, and I was like, who would have thought that club gig, that I took myself there without a ticket?
Yep.
3 times.
Yeah.
I little did I know. Because I think even his name is Mr. Aymeric Peguian. He has got a French, I hope that I said that right. But I just had favor with him, and it just so happened, And
it's not just favor. You also brought your A game.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Because I don't want to spiritualize this thing also too much.
No.
There's the bit that you did.
Yeah.
You see all these things you've been talking about, practicing all the time. When the moment came, you were ready for it.
I was ready. Now I've got Kwetu and Deeper. I'm like, check out my albums. And then Kwetu gets an award in 2018. Best Jazz Collaboration for the Mzansi Jazz Awards. So I wasn't able to go, but I was like, wow, who would have thought? And I recorded this album when I was depressed. I was in the studio trying to make live. I was like, God, get me out of this place, man. So even when I'm playing it, I'm playing it with every fiber of my being. It got an award. And it's one of the tunes is the one that Kakwelam used for his album. And we came back here, recorded with the Ghetto Classics. And then it's on his album, Humanité. So
you have a song on one of your...
Not only do I have a song, I'm also playing in it. So it's two things. So, and then we did the session here, and then I ended up doing my piano part in Nyon, fantastic. The engineer recorded my piano part recorded Bob Dylan. To name but many other artists. And I was surprised, you play so well. This guy has recorded some of the biggest jazz guys in the studio in Manhattan. Nice Nini, Yani. I'm like, Yani God, thank you. The least that I can say is thank you. Thank you so much. I was just this guy who started Lavington Church. A series of crazy setbacks in his life. But these things are already happening, slowly.
I feel like this is a beginning, a new beginning. Like this is this bit that you're talking about, New York. I feel like it's not even. It's a beginning.
And I have to say, it's not like of course there are challenges. As I said, sometimes gigs don't happen. Life has to go. New York. We live in New Jersey, but that's the New York metropolitan, a place called Union, which is part of the New York metropolitan. So bills it can get extremely, the stress can be crazy. Because the bills are up there, the rent, it can take you, many people give up and leave. So there's that also going on. So as much as I'm saying that God has been good, of course there have been other challenges. But he's just been good, man. He's been good. Then in 2018, a friend, a South African, one of the ones who I met here at Safaricom Jazz Festival, you see her connect? She sends me a link for Spike Lee saying that independent artists send some music so you can put it on She's Gotta Have It on Netflix.
No.
Yeah, so I look at it, I'm like, what's there to lose? So I pick the tune on Deeper that features Bien. I send it. That story ends. October, when Okina Eric are doing their show at Off-Broadway.
Because they came.
Tinga, yeah. I'm hanging out with them, only I get a phone call. And the person is calling me with my government names. Like, okay, hello? Like, hello? This is Harun Kimathi Rimbui? Yes. Did you send some music to Spike Lee for? I was like, yes. Like, congratulations, you have picked it as one of the tunes. I'm like, for real? I mean, I'm all saying, for real? And so, yeah. So the next thing is now paperwork, publishing. They took it. You will go on the season 9, she's got to have it. You'll hear it there.
This is crazy.
And Spike Lee is tweeting, like music. He's tweeting my name there. But music by Aaron Rimbui on his Twitter page. I mean, on his Instagram page. So like, I used to watch this guy. Spike Lee has done all these movies. One of my tunes is on his show. You know, so there have been some. Of course, then now scoot over to this year. This year was going to be great. I'd been booked for Cape Town Jazz Festival. Who was the hookup? Those South African connects. And had a series of shows at the Jazz at Lincoln Center. Of course, then Corona happened. So, and of course, that has just, the New York scene has just completely changed. Yeah, like gigs completely. So musicians Broadway has been cancelled until 2021. And it's just, Corona has just, that's one day people will have CTA for just what Corona did. For especially artists. So, and life just completely changed. But I'm thankful. I'm here. It's been, the journey continues.
And your daughter came this year?
Yeah, last year. Yeah, after 10 years, man. Of waiting. So God has brought such immense blessings. No, I can say I'm here because of God, nothing else. You're right. There's preparation in this, but I'm here because of God. There's nothing else. He's the one who's kept me, and I give all glory to Him. Kabisa.
You guys, this story has been crazy amazing. We're still shooting this during Corona time, and it's almost time to leave. But I want you to do a parting shot.
Okay.
I've begun to realize that parting shots are a bit powerful. So this one, we're not even me and you having a conversation. Just look into the camera. First of all, Aro, Yani, thank you so much.
Ah, man, thanks, man.
I feel like the value that you have given openly on this CTA is life-changing for very many people.
Really?
Yep. Myself included. There are lessons that I'm just here taking and just being like, you know what? This is part of the journey. You know, some of them I can't even say it on camera. I'll have it off camera with you, but thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you and for the role you've played in my life. The songs you've produced, the wisdom you've taught me. Dude, I was even on your Alfajiri album.
I know. I know.
On your second demo. Kanji's upset. Don't call my albums demos.
The guy blasted me on radio with Kaima and Jacob. Like you don't understand, man.
Yani, God bless you and your family on the rest of your journey. But you have to do this part in short, Yani, for real. Actually, first of all, your music is these 2 albums are available
on everywhere online.
On all
Spotify,
okay.
Apple Music, iTunes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, very soon I actually want to release a limited vinyl. So very soon, the next time probably I can come with vinyls.
Nice.
Vinyl is the new thing now.
Yeah.
To get vinyl players.
Okay, look bang into this camera and do your thing.
What do I even say? I don't know, do your passion shot? What I'm thinking of what to say. Hey, there's so many things that have happened to me. I think after all is said and done, I think God is the one who gives us the grace. You can work hard, you can prepare yourself, but sometimes life does happen. Things of our own doing, things of our not. Stuff happens. But I think all in all, just keep charging. And I've, from my own experience, God just works behind the scenes, even when you don't see it. And sooner or later, you see the bigger picture, and you're like, "Oh wow, I didn't know," you know. And so for me, many times I've been in those places of, "Oh wow, God, I didn't know," because And of course, he blesses us in so many ways, some that are so evident, but after, as I said, after all is said and done, but God. Yeah, that's what I can say. And he's been good to me. And I hope that he will be good to you. That is my prayer. Let him be good to you.